let's turn our attention to an update from the organization here in North America that helps keeps the internet addressing in order. I'd like to introduce John Curran presenting the ARIN update. John is the president and CEO at ARIN. He's been a valued speaker at NANOG for many years, and we welcome the continued collaboration with ARIN. Welcome back to the NANOG stage, John. We're very happy to have you with us today. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chris. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. 6 slides, 5 minutes, 3 minutes for questions, and we get back on schedule. So, I'm John Curran, CEO of ARIN. A lot of you already know me. Go next slide. I'm going to talk about a few things. Fee harmonization, Premier Support Plan, Templateirrs decommissioning, our RIR and RPKI updates, and some new functionality in ARIN Online. Go. Next slide. So, this is the big change. Basically, address blocks are address blocks, and we're using them, everyone's using them the same way regardless of how they got issued. Whether you were issued as an end user directly from ARIN or whether you're issued as an ISP, people are using them, routing them, transferring them, and we provide basically the same services for the same blocks. Some people may use them, some people may not, but we do provide the same services. We don't want to tell someone your block doesn't, we're not going to provide you the ability to use a service because you're an end user. So we decided to make the fees the same. So, starting in January, everyone pays the same fee. It's a schedule based on the total holdings, your total IPv4 or your total IPv6. Whatever the high water mark is, that's your fee category. And this is the fee schedule that the ISPs have been paying for years. Okay, it starts at $250, and every time your address space goes up by 4, if it's IPv4, your fee doubles. So it's $250, $500, $1,000, $248, all the way up to the privileged people who get to pay $128 or $256,000 a year. But it starts low, so that's not you. So we have 8,000 members who are ISPs. They're all paying this fee schedule. We have about 7,000 organizations that are end users who are moving to this fee schedule. So everyone's going to pay the same, get the same services. We're also changing the transfer fee because you'd be amazed how much work there is handling some of the transfers. We did a community consultation. Because of that, we did make some changes. We lowered fees for org create and org recovery. And this is basically to get everyone on parity. That's why we're doing it. Starts January 1st. If you have a couple of objects in the database, in the ARIN registry, you're paying $150 an object, and a couple of them you're not going to notice. If you have a couple of large objects, like a /16 or a /8, this definitely affects you. So for most people, though, who have address blocks in the 20 to 24 range, your fees are going to be comparable. You might be $600 instead of $250. Some people, it's the other way around. A lot of people are $300 going down to $250. Some people are paying more. It depends on your address block. But instead of number of objects, if you're an end user organization, the end user is now paying on total size just like everyone else. Next slide. Premier Support Plan. For the people who are paying, people who have very large address space with ARIN, we have a Premier Support Plan. If you're 2X or larger fee category, you have a dedicated analyst who knows all your tickets, you have priority support queue, you have direct technical services liaison who can work with engineering to work out your issues, you have on-call support. If you're working on something and you can't get it to work and it's the weekend, yes, you can call us. We monitor and keep the systems up 24/7, 365, but this is if you need help with using our services or need help with a ticket status, you actually have a way to reach someone on the weekend. So this is for the very large customers. If you're paying us $32,000 a year or more, you get a little more, but I don't feel bad about that given the fees involved. We're thinking of making this optional for people who want it. There are some companies who have smaller address holdings who could benefit. We're still working on that. We'll have ideas on that next quarter. Next slide. I'm not going to talk about this at length because Brad's going to cover it right after me, but suffice to say that we're getting rid of Templateirrs, the non-authenticated IRR database. It's going away. You folks said give us more time, so we pushed it out to 31 March, but we are getting rid of this. Years and years of unauthenticated cruft go away. Next. We have a bunch of features. If you want to actually do good IRR and RPKI, we've created RESTful interfaces so you can go in and directly interface your systems to the ARIN ones. We've added RPSL display to the ARIN online interface. We created some training programs. Next. We changed the password practices. Some of you are getting locked out of your accounts. Whether you didn't know how to get in or other people were knocking at your door, we had a lockout. That's not NIST recommended. We asked you what you wanted. You said NIST 863. So you have NIST 863, both in password selection and dealing with attacks on it, back off and captures. Training, next. We have a bunch of on-demand webinars. If you're asking how to use something at ARIN and you want to get a real quick, up-to-speed IPv6 address planning, getting to know the IRR online, our RESTful APIs for IRR, enhancing your routing security using hosted RPKI, and of course, if you're interested in the policies by which we run the registry, we have one on the policy development process. That is all I have. Next slide. Oh, members meeting. There's a members meeting on Thursday. Sorry, I shouldn't forget that. If you're here, we have a breakfast in the morning, joint with NANOG. Everyone's welcome. And of course, you're all welcome to attend the ARIN meeting. You should register just so we know you're coming. And that will be here Thursday morning. It's the reports of the organization being given by all the departments, the Board of Trustees, the Treasurer. Next. Questions. Okay, we have a minute and a half for questions. Brad's going to follow me, so if you ask a question about IRR, I am going to push you to him. No questions?